They helped because I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. I don't know.
You've gone through a lot of shit. What is it like to be you? Then to find out that it's that difficult to get off of, and then to hear from other people that have tried to get off of it how difficult it is, and then to realize how many people around me have an issue with that stuff. Xanax is a motherfucker. And I didn't know what a motherfucker it was until I talked to a friend who is a counselor at a drug rehab center, where he was saying that that is one of the ways that people get locked back into drinking and doing drugs, is a psychiatrist will prescribe Xanax. And sober people who get on Xanax all of a sudden start drinking. He said it's super common. He said that there's 2 drugs that will kill you when you get off of them. He goes, it's alcohol and benzodiazepine. Those are the 2 that if you just quit, you'll fucking die.
Or you wish you would.
Meanwhile, they're handing those things out like Tic Tacs.
Yeah. Well, they were regarded as a safe substitute for barbiturates. And you could easily overdose on barbiturates, especially with alcohol.
Well, an anti-anxiety medication.
They helped because I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. I don't know. I still really don't know what happened to me.
You couldn't sleep. How much of the pressure of being attacked by all these different people and having these people write these horrible articles about you, and I know you read that stuff, which is different from me. I don't read stuff about me, and I think that's helped me tremendously.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't what was stressful exactly.
What was stressful
when I first got, I've had a history of depression, and that runs in my family, and that's probably stems back for me right to the time when I was a kid. And I think when I really got sick in 2016, it was partly a manifestation of that. But at the time, my job was threatened, like actually.
Right. Yeah.
And my clinical practice was threatened. And the Canadian Revenue Agency was after me all at the same time. And they were after me because of a mistake they had made, which they admitted 3 months later. And the college was after me because of a vindictive client who came after me with a pack of lies, but because they were so... And basically, I emerged from that unscathed, but that was by no means obvious that that was going to be the case. I was accused of sexual misconduct. And the evidence? When I was dealing with this client, I would turn my wedding ring around. I really helped her a lot.
Unfortunately, when you're dealing with people that are extremely troubled, oftentimes they look for external reasons why they're troubled, and they find oppressors.
I had to stop my clinical practice, which was also very upsetting to me, because I had like 20 clients, and I knew these people, man. I knew these people.
Yeah.
You know, I'd followed them through thick and thin. And then all of a sudden, so many things piled up around me that I found when I was in a clinical session that I was distracted. What emerged from that, and it was in the middle of the winter, and I have seasonal affective disorder, I couldn't sleep at all for quite a long time. And I went to my doctor and I said, I can't sleep. And he gave me a sleeping medication and an anti-anxiety drug. And I took a little bit of the anti-anxiety drug and I could sleep. And my life was pretty stressful. And I thought, okay, I'm much better. I'm just gonna leave this be. This is working. I'm not gonna muck with it because I could barely go back to work. Didn't affect it as much as how sick I was. If I stood up, my blood pressure was really low. If I stood up, I'd faint. I was fainting 5 or 6 times a day.
How long did it take you to recover from the benzos?
Well, when I finally, 2 years, and I haven't fully recovered, but also I was also sick. No, my left hand is quite numb, and was way more numb. Both hands and my feet were like completely numb. And I was in like excruciating pain for 2 years, like pain at levels that I didn't even know was possible.
All the time, or
no,
on occasion?
No, this is one of the things that was terrible about it, is that it was really, really bad in the morning.
And did it start right after you got off of the Xanax?
No, but it got way worse.
It just started showing up eventually.
Yeah.
And then
it started to get worse about the same time that Tammy went into the hospital, but because she was fighting her way through, catastrophic cancer at the same time when this started to happen.
So this was additional stress.
Yes.
And that heightened everything.
It certainly didn't help.
Right.
I think it made me more susceptible to something that was already happening. So whatever this illness has that's plagued my family, my father, my grandfather, multiple cousins, and a lot of immunological problems on my mother's side too. I had a cousin whose daughter died of immunological problems, the same ones that Michaela had.
When did they know? When was it in the literature, the difficulty of detoxing yourself from these?
Very recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And when did they start being handed out?
20 years ago.
Fuck.
Telling me you don't belong, like you're not gonna succeed because you're this color, then you want to show those people that, you know, that you can and you will.
A lot of rappers don't want to, or just a lot of groups in general.